All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Makakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawadah from the Men of Valor campaign, Greenville, South Carolina. Coming back with another video in sincerity and in truth, and Lord willing, it can be edifying. And as everybody was distracted, the most people, the majority of the people were distracted today. All right, about some bullshit. All right, while Hollywood distracted you, okay. What is it? Capitol Hill. All right, Congress is preparing. All right, to introduce an e-cash bill. All right, which we know goes into digital currency, which we know is going to lead to the Charagma. So major end time prophecy. All right, you have the Congress, all right, the Senate, the House. All right, the powers that be, so to speak, all right, are actually sitting down and speaking about, all right, an e-cash bill, man. All right, a digital currency, a digital dollar. All right, which means what? That they're about to do something to do away with the current fiat currency, the current digital, or not digital, but Federal Reserve note, all right, which is major, okay? People don't understand how much this is going to impact the way things are operated here in America, Babylon the Great, and the rest of the world. And this is fulfilling prophecy, further showing us that we're definitely in the end of this kingdom. Well, what is Jake worried about? All right. Will Smith smacking the shit out of Chris Rock, man. Okay. Which the scriptures do speak about not being ignorant of any matter, small or great, but this is happening right under, the most of you Jakes knows, man. You ain't worried about that. Everybody doing these damn TikTok videos, reenacting what happened, but you don't understand that your life is about to be, greatly altered, all right, by way of this new system. If they pass it, which we know through the Spirit, that they are going to bring about a new system. They are going to do away with the dollar, and we see the physical manifestation of this, all right, happening right now, man. Okay, and it's gonna hit you damn Jakes like a ton of bricks, man. When that hour of temptation comes. But see, us, the hopeful elect, okay, and we say hopeful elect because Lord willing, we enduring to the end to make it on those ships. But right now, we looked into it. We heard the news, just like you people hear the news. But guess what? We're not all entangled, no pun intended, all into, what's going on in Hollywood, man. We know most of that shit is a big setup, is a big stage. All right, they all popping each other. All right, big time swingers. And I know Will and Jada Smith are big parts of the fucking Church of Scientology, man. All right, worshiping false gods and false deities, man. So we don't give a fuck about them, man. Like the scripture say, the leaders of our people cause them to err. The leaders of this people cause them to err, roughly paraphrasing. All right, those are the people you look up to, and put on a high pedestal. Okay, you esteem them to be, these celebrities, to damn near be gods, man. Instead of serving Yahweh Shem Yahushua and taking heed to his men, to his servants, and to his message. All right, but nonetheless, this is what's really going on. All right, this is from Crypto Briefing. It says members of Congress introduced e-bill, and this was 4 hours today. So this was done today, man. All right, it says e-cash would be issued by the Treasury and fundamentally different from a CBDC. All right, let's get into a little bit of it. It says key takeaways: congressional representatives have introduced a bill that call upon the Treasury to prepare a digital dollar, e-cash. E-cash is meant to preserve privacy and operate without needing access to the internet, and that could be major. Now, when it's talking about preserve privacy, that's going out the door, man. All right, because by way of that Charagma, that MOTB, the CHIP, which Lord willing we grab that, all right, that's going to invade on your personal privacy. All right, maybe even your thoughts, man. Okay, who knows what the technology that Esau wields within what he's trying to bring. He wants full control. You got to understand, the so-called white man has a God complex. He wants to be like the Most High. He wants to know everything about you. Okay, and when they put those, when they shot everybody up with that shit, the suicide suit, and They're not pushing the crown narrative as hard. They're finding, hey, best believe it's still in their plans, man. That's gonna come full circle. But we know ultimately, once this monetary system fails, they're gonna introduce another one, and to so much so that they may end up bringing that end to that monetary system by themselves. All right, they might do a false flag or however they may do it, but we know, all right, as the scriptures say, as Yahweh Shem Shai have already declared, as he declares the end from the beginning, that this is what's going to come to pass. Now, how it works out, we just got to wait and see, right? It says the bill is co-sponsored by Democrats through the legislation appears to address, or though the legislation appears to address certain concerns of Republican lawmakers. All right, it says, let's skip down. It says eCash is meant to emulate physical dollars, which can be operated without the internet and which theoretically preserves privacy. Now, we don't know necessarily how true this is, but this is what they have planned. This is what they want to bring about. All right, and they might not have to operate off the internet because you might become the internet. They have those big 5-7 towers up everywhere. All right, we're gonna have to see, how they are gonna go about this, but also with them dealing with cyber attacks and the internet potentially being shut off. So they might be trying to think of something that doesn't necessarily need internet, but is also still tapped into everything that's going on. We'll have to wait and see. But nonetheless, it says eCash is meant to emulate physical dollars, which can be operated without the internet and which theoretically preserves privacy. Unlike many central bank digital currency proposals, the Treasury would coordinate with the necessary government agencies on the digital dollar, such as the Federal Reserve. This coordination would be conducted via the Digital Dollar Council, which the Treasury Secretary would head. The bill's passage would also create an electronic currency innovation program as part of the Treasury. This program would research and create various forms of necessary infrastructure for the digital dollar, like hardware wallets that will hold eCash. Okay, which we know ultimately this is leading to that MOTB. It says a monetary privacy board would also be instituted by the act. This would be an independent group tasked with ensuring the government's due diligence with respect to privacy preservation and civil liberties protection. And that's all smoke and mirrors, man. All right, they don't. At the end of the day, they're going to invade on everybody's privacy. They're going to want to know where you at, where you been, what money you spent, where. All right. So that's smoke and mirrors right there. It says, let's go down. Finally, the bill would establish an account at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York to fund the eCash program, and it calls upon the Fed's Board of Governors to manage the liquidity of the overall monetary system so that banks and other existing financial institutions face minimal disruption. And that's important. That's important. Let me read that again. It says, finally, the bill would establish an account at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York to fund the eCash program and calls upon the Fed's Board of Governors to manage the liquidity of the overall monetary system so that banks and other existing financial institutions face minimal disruption. They're going to pretty much have it set up. As soon as this one ends, they're going to have the other one in place now. All right. And, you can read this article. You can look it up yourself. All right. But this is what they're proposing. All right. And on top of that, Biden put out a damn $5.8 trillion damn budget. All right. Man, they printed so much money in these last couple of years that the dollar, man, all right, it's not going to be worth shit soon. And you already have these other nations also trying to deal in other currencies other than the U.S. dollar to buy oil. All right. The Russians trying to sell their oil in their currency. All right, but nonetheless, this is what's going on, man. Okay. And that whole shit in Hollywood may have been a big distraction. Let me grab something on that real quick. Because that's very interesting that major pieces of legislation are being proposed on the same day that everybody else's head is turned elsewhere. 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, For we are not ignorant of his devices. Yeah, whether it was authentic or whether it was staged, however it may be, a folly is set in great dignity, and everybody is worried about what's going on over there, and they're not worrying about this damn $dollar and how it's going to affect the global system, man. All right, and how it's going to affect their livelihoods. They don't give a fuck, because ultimately this is what is leading to, as we all know. This is Revelation chapter 13, getting right into it. Revelation 13 and verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they shall make an image to the beast, which had a wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Right? And that's what we seeing being proposed, man. All right, they were giving life into the image of the beast, man. All right, they're gonna put this system, all right, on top of every other system, man. Okay, and they're gonna ultimately introduce that charagma to be the end all be all as far as currency, and we know it's coming. Verse 16, here's the point. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And it's looking plain as day that this is what this is speaking about, that the charagma, all right, because that's what that word mark means in the Greek. All right, the word charagma, all right, that insertion, all right, it's something physical. It's not something spiritual. All right, ain't no damn spiritual mark, man. It's not an embargo. It ain't sleeping with white women. All right. It's the MOTB. All right, it's that CHIP. All right, you know what it is. All right, whether you believe it or not, everybody's going to see soon, right? So it says he's going to cause all. He's going to cause all. All right, you're not going to be able to deal in dollars. You're not even going to be able to deal in gold, all right, or silver, or precious metals. They want you to go through this system. All right, they want you to receive that thing. All right. It's going to have your banking information on it. It's going to have your forms of ID. It's going to have your health information on it. All right, it's going to have a lot of things, and they're going to push it to people as way of what? Something that benefits you. But it's really going to be your destruction, because there is a punishment for taking and receiving this thing, man. And we know that this is what it is because we get heavily censored when we speak on it. It just solidifies that we, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, know what we're talking about, man. Starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who we learn from, right? It says, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So, you're going to have people that, once again, that are so into the world's bullshit that when this comes, it's going to come upon them unaware, and they're not going to know what to do. Okay? And they're going to try to make an excuse according to their own lust, to their own thoughts as to why they should take it. And you're going to have a lot of Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that fold and take it. All right? But there's a punishment, and I must needs read it. This is Revelation chapter 14. And verse 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and receive his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. Okay, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So if you take that shit, all right, there's no coming back from that. All right, there shouldn't be an excuse as to why you should even be considering it. But we know, all right, all we know is the elect aren't going to receive that. The elect aren't going to take the MOTB, and they're going to be preserved and protected. But if you do, all right, you're going to be tormented with fire and brimstone. All right, you're gonna get hit with them missiles. All right, you're gonna be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and of the Lamb, man. When you see Yahweh and the angels come back, or you might get zapped by one of those chariots. Either way, if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, you take that MOTB, you take that charagma. All right, you ain't coming up in them ships with us, man. Lord willing, we be of the elect. All right, whoever the elect is, you ain't going up with the elect, man. That's the whole point. But that's what they're talking about. All right, we're going to see if they go ahead and pass it. And, we see prophecy coming to pass, man. This is time to gird up and be circumspect. Understand what's going on around you, not just the folly of this world. So, Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakadash. Next, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, Shalom.